Radio.
Practice that. Woo!
Practice that. We hit it. Give me 5, Meg. Give me 5. We're talking to each other, facing forward into the audience. This is a live show and podcast at the Hideout. We're doing a live stream right now. Pray for us that actually works.
It will work. It'll be great. How are you guys doing? Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. This is called Rani Rage Radio. Rani means queen because we are all creatures of the higher realm, I think.
Yeah, that was it. That's what we rehearsed. We're all here. We are all allowed to feel the highest vibrational, blissful selves. Whatever that means, we invite you to embrace your regal selves, your queen, your king, your Rani, your Raja Rage, because we're mad about stuff.
Yeah, got a lot of feelings. And that's because we're paying attention. I think it's hard to not be mad when you're paying attention.
We care. Mad means we care. If I'm not yelling at you, it means I probably don't like you at all. And radio, because
we're listening.
We are learning
to listen.
Yes. There's no such thing as bad listening or good. We're all learning. Okay? It's a work in progress. So welcome to RaRaRa. This is the second edition. Today's topic we're going to get into in a second
is body talk. Talking about our bodies right here. This little girl right here.
Happy June, everybody. We are in June 2019. That is for posterity's sake. Happy month. Anybody want to shout out about the months?
What June stands for? Happy
Gemini month.
That's a Gemini.
Happy Gemini month.
Juneteenth is Juneteenth.
Yes, Juneteenth as well.
Juneteenth is not the month, but that is a specific day. Good job. Anybody? Happy something month? Have your...
It starts with a P, you guys.
Okay, big round of applause. A+, star student.
Get a gold star after the show.
I was hoping for more momentum in that because
Pride.
It's Pride Month. It's Pride. Did you guys know that it is also Indigenous Peoples Awareness Month?
No.
Nah, because corporations are not investing in giving a shit about Indigenous peoples.
And also they have to share a month.
And also they have to share a month. Exactly. So you know who they are investing in? Rainbows. My God, Target is so full.
Oh my God.
Target is so full of pride because corporations are like, we gotta get in on these gay dollars.
Yeah. They finally started caring. This is what, like 2019? They're finally like, oh, there's money in this. Let's go.
I was actually in a state of fury when I saw Indigenous Peoples Month. I was like, who is the month guy? Where is
he?
The
calendar guy, yeah.
Somebody tell him he is not doing a good job. Telling us about Indigenous Peoples Month. But we're here. We're celebrating the months, and what I really want to get into is our topic today.
Body talk. I for one am someone. I think we come from a culture where talking about our bodies is kind of something that we're not supposed to do. Actually, the biggest thing that I was told when I was growing up was to cover up. To not show any skin, any flesh.
That's how you talk about your body, by covering it, by not talking about it.
Yeah, just
please.
Ignoring it.
Oh my God, is that an elbow showing? I'm a huge slut up here. I have like a whole arm out.
Oh my God, your whole arm showing.
I have a whole arm out.
I see
there
your
is ankle
too.
exposed.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
There is reference to breast up here. I swear to God, I'm so sorry. I have these. I'm so sorry. I have these. And I'm sure all of us can come up with all kinds of examples and stories of ways that we're taught to be really grossed out by our own bodies, because I don't think we're really taught to celebrate our bodies. Meg?
Oh my God, no! I gotta tell you this. So I have a lot of cousins, and something that happened a few years ago when I was growing up is they're all thinner than me because they try really hard to be thinner than me. So good for them, great. That's what they want to do. And I remember one time I was visiting her in California, and I forgot to pack my pajamas. And I was like, hey, can I borrow your pajamas? And she was like, yeah, I think I still have some from when I was pregnant. I was like, okay, I'm not that big. But that was, at first I was mad at her. And then I realized, she's insecure about her body, which is why she has to put me down. And I don't blame her for that. She grew up just like me.
I was staying with my mother, big fan, makes noise,
Big
makes
fan of the mom.
noise. If you know Vina Agarwal,
She had to say that, yeah.
It's a lot of feels, and she was like, did you go outside today? And I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, I went for a walk. And she's like, that's why you are darker.
Oh, yeah, that one's real.
And I was like, ha, trick question. I trapped you because I didn't go outside today. I am the exact same color now as I was this morning.
Yeah, I've been sitting in my room all day, Mom.
I've been
Joke's
sitting in
on
my
you.
room all day. And she was like, oh, damn you got me this time. Shameless. And I was at an Indian wedding this weekend. Yes.
Ooh, Survivor.
I
you
would
guys,
say
give it up for
wedding,
her.
but for some reason we say Indian wedding because we are not the default. But I survived. You
Oh
can
my
give it
God,
up for
that's
me.
amazing.
I actually had fun at an Indian wedding,
Wow, that's
which is
amazing.
insane. Yes, I'm at a very high level of empowerment. If you can have fun at an Indian wedding, and my mom, she's trying on sari blouses with me, which already she's smaller than me, and I'm fitting into her tiny ass sari blouses, squishing in, and I'm like, I'll breathe on Tuesday, it's fine. All these blouses are fitting like pretty good. Sari blouse number 5 comes along. She puts it on, and it's doing this thing where it's like pinching my arm, and I'm like,
have a heart attack.
and I'm like, can you just do the thing like tuck tuck tuck, where you take the seam ripper and open the inseam so that it fits properly? And she goes, in our family we have chubby arms. And I go, this is real. This happened on Saturday. I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that about our family and our arms? Why can't you just take the blouse, do the tuck, 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 put it back on my body, fit perfectly, and you can be like, shame on this blouse for body shaming you. We should burn this blouse. And what are you talking about? Our family's got chubby arms. What about Dad and his skinny ass arms? Now you got me talking shit about Dad's arms. And she said, oh my God. It was a joke.
Telling a comedian.
And I said to her, real talk, I go, do not disrespect comedy.
Burn.
I meant that shit when I said it too. And she took the blouse. Within like the same minute, she does the tuck, 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 which is code for she opens seams, right? All the brown people know exactly what I'm talking about. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then she puts it back on my body, fits fine, and she goes, I'm sorry. I love your arms. You have beautiful arms. I love arms. I love arms. This is more annoying. This is literally more annoying. And that was this weekend, so it's not like our upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Not our upbringing at all. Like I think my parents have always been pretty. My parents have always just been like, keep eating, never stop. But that's like an Indian mom thing too, right? Was your mom like that?
Maybe stop eating.
They want you to eat everything and then also be like extra skinny. How is that possible? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like you're not eating anything, and it's always like you're either like, oh my God, look at you, you're wasting away, or like, oh, you're looking fat. Why?
Oh, Indian people are super upfront. Like as soon as I see them, the first 2 seconds, wow, you put on 17.5 pounds. How did you do that? I'm like, how did you do that?
So like it's been a very, with the internet now, that's cool.
And Jamila Jamil.
And Jamila Jamil, oh, Tahani, our lady.
Our queen, yeah.
Tahani. Tahini Tahani, we love her, our queen.
The sauce and the person, yes.
So we have like access to body talk and body positivity because it's crazy the conversations that we're having with our bodies all the time.
Oh my God. When was the first time you realized you had a butt somehow?
You know what? The first time that I even knew that it was, I was very like, I grew up in like the suburbs of Chicago, so it's a lot of like flat-assed white women. And I'm like, oh, that's what an ass is supposed to look like. Nothing. It's supposed to
Like
go from back straight into the legs. So I was very like, oh God, what do I do with it? What do I do with it? Just walking around like this. And I was actually, my first ever job, I was 16 years old. I was doing the audio tours at the Art Institute of Chicago. And it was me and all of these like black dudes from the South Side. And I remember I would come to work and these guys were like, "What up, Solo? Turn around, let me say hello." And I would be like, "Who's back there?"
You like turn around, like, "Hey,
Who do you
what's
want
up?"
to say hello to? They were like, "Damn, girl, you got a booty." And I'm like, "Oh, are you complaining? Is that a bad thing?" And that was like the first time that I was like, "Is that a good thing?" And somebody else had to tell me, like, "Yes, your body, you are allowed to like it.
It's supposed to be there.
It's supposed to be there. You need something to sit on. You need
And you were
cushion."
You were 16.
I was 16.
Oh my god.
And now I twerk. Kind of. What about you, Meg?
I was much older. This was in 2015 that I realized that I had an ass. Like, it was always back there, you know. I just never really thought about it. Like, I was never really attracted to it or like unattracted to it. It was just always there. And it was in a bowling alley when I found out. I went to the bathroom and this lady was like, "Girl, you got an ass." And I was like, "Oh," my first immediate thought was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize." She was like, "No, you have an ass and it looks amazing in those pants." And I was like, "Oh shit." And you know when you're like drunk in the bathroom, you're like, "Fuck yeah." We just started bonding about and she was just telling me, "Oh yeah, you gotta wear high-waist jeans." She was ahead of the times, by the way. This was 2015. Clearly culture queen. She was like, "You gotta wear high-waist jeans, you gotta wear crop tops, and you're gonna look great." And that was the first time I like walked out of there with confidence, and all my friends were like, "Oh, what happened to Meg in the bathroom?" Just walking, you know, like a white man or whatever, and I just walked, and I was like, "You guys, I have an ass," and they're like, "Yeah, all right, keep bowl, it's your turn." But that was the first time that I realized that I had one, and then
it was like, I ran into Lady Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, I was like, was she even real? Like, did I imagine it? I don't know, maybe.
Do dudes get to talk to each other like that? And
About
be
their-
like, "Bro,
in the
you got
bathroom?
banging ass, bro. That is a great butt."
That's so, I never thought about it. No, I feel like guys' bathrooms are so like you guys are just standing next to each other and you're just avoiding eye contact, right?
And you're like, "Oh, I looked at the dick. I looked at someone else's dick. Does that make me gay?"
Yes.
Versus women get to be like, "You know your breasts are like so amazing."
Oh my god.
And I don't know whether or not you ever know that. I was in a group, dance group, like in my early 20s, and I was always like, I used to go bra shopping with Veena Agarwal, at it again. She's always up to something. And I was like 15 or something, and we're going bra shopping. She's like, "Okay, so you have to get the proper bra because otherwise they're going south." And I'm like, "I'm 15. They're just growing on the tree. How can they already be falling from the tree? Can we at least like slow it down?" And then I was backstage with all these girls, and we were all like, "Stop to big up each other's boobies," you know, like, and it was like, that is the way. So that is why we need to create conversations. And can everybody just like grab a little squishy bit of their bodies and be like, "I celebrate the squish. I celebrate the squish."
Ooh, you guys, I always get oh my god, I'm so about body positivity, but then like it's like different when you're like staring at your Target mirror and you're like, "Oh no, why did I
It's
eat
like a
that
funhouse
extra
mirror,
pie?"
that Target mirror.
Oh, it tells you something that you want to hear, but sometimes it's not always accurate. But you know what? It's why I have confidence, so it's okay, you know, at the end of the day. But yes, grab onto this squishy part right here.
Oh, right. We're doing this.
Yoga exercise
Everybody
now.
grab. I have all these pictures where everybody's like, "Are you pregnant?" I'm like, "No, that's just
This is just
my
me
resting,
grabbing my fat.
holding a baby bump."
Right here, man.
I celebrate the squish. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I celebrate the squish.
Wow, that was like the church of death
Amazing.
right there. I was like, I don't really celebrate it. Well, we're working on it. We have a whole show.
We have a whole show. Are you so excited about this show? So excited.
Are you so excited about this show?
Yeah. All right. Well, we picked out comedians specifically. You want to say so because they have body image issues. I'm just kidding.
I did say that when we were booking. I was like, "Who do we know with the biggest body image issues?" And we totally projected and made assumptions about our lineup based on the conversation that I've had. I'm very caring and annoying. That is my brand.
Well, our first comedian of the night, she is super fucking hilarious.
And she's a hottie.
She's a hottie. She's amazing. She runs a show at Sleeping Village called Just Us Girls. She used to be a writer for Reductors, and now she's a writer for Cards Against Humanity. What? Incredible.
And I think she's moving?
Yeah, she's moving to New York, so you guys are all lucky to be seeing her before she's famous. So please put your hands together, start clapping. I want all the energy right now for Rima Tariq! Hi. I'm just now finding out about my body image issues. I found out. Now I know. Very good. No, I don't know. Hi. This is so much fun. I really love being, I never had the opportunity to be at shows that have mostly they see people or or at least more they see than most shows. So this is really exciting. Give it up for yourselves for being here. Yes. I was at the airport this morning, and I think I was at peak They See Auntie because I went to Auntie Anne's. Guilty pleasure, only okay at the airport, right? And I got a cinnamon sugar pretzel. I had to say it twice because the lady was like, "What are you asking for?" And I was like, the one that collapses when you're eating it. And she's like, "Oh, yeah." And then she gave me an extra one because I guess they had too many. And I took it with me, and the rational part of my brain was like, I don't need 2 of these. I'm gonna be full. I don't want this. But then the other part of my brain was like, what if we are on the plane and then the plane crashes into a desert island, and then suddenly my cold, hard Auntie Anne's pretzel that's been sitting in a backpack for 2 hours suddenly becomes valuable. What do we do? Anyway, the point is, it's still in my backpack, and I should have tossed it hours ago, but it's up for grabs. Good. Hi. I don't know. I think it's important to follow your dreams, which is why I work retail, because my passion is crying. Thank you. I don't mind it. It's not that bad as far as retail goes, right? I work at a little knick-knack store, so we sell socks and candles and other things that drunk moms love, And I was at work. I just hate. I don't think it's that bad. I just hate when people ask me questions and they don't need to talk to me, right? This lady came in one day and she was like, "Hey, do you think I should buy this pair of socks or this pair? Do you think I should get this pair or this pair?" And I was like, "Lady, I don't know. Just steal both of them." Just literally, I don't know whose job it is here to stop you. Just go right ahead. I'm not very confident. I've been trying to work on it a little bit. I think my problem is that I'm always a little too cold. Can't fix it. I'm not very confident. I feel the closest I can do to making attempts at being confident is sometimes I'll put on men's deodorant so I can smell leadership skills, and that's kind of where that shit taps out. I don't know, it's crazy because I'm really not super assertive now, but as a kid I was so confident. It was upsetting how confident I was. In the 5th grade, I got my nose pierced when I was 11. Yeah. I just did it. I did it as a thing of self-expression, I was oh, I want to show my peers that even though I'm really shy, I'm also a barista. That's what that says. I didn't care. I was this is great. I went to school and I was so excited about it, and all of my friends were so concerned. They're "Oh my God, Rima, what did you do? You have a nose. This is crazy," right? And I had to remind them that I wasn't any different just because I had a nose ring, right? I was you guys,
I'm still me, like I'm still a 5th grader, like I still have lice just like the rest of you. Like please stop treating me different. I don't know, it's weird, like my mom let me do it, to be clear. I asked her and she was like, yeah, for sure. I don't know like what her rationale was. Like I feel like there was some sort of reverse psychology thing happening. It's like we didn't go somewhere cool to get it done, and like that matters, right? Like my mom didn't take me to like Claire's, you know? Like my mom took me to this like old ass Indian man on Devon who like had a jewelry store. Maybe he just worked there, maybe he was there for fun, didn't even work there, I don't know, right? He was just like so old, like he was like in between the age of like 55 and a fucked up tree. Like I have no idea how old he was. And like he did it, this is like a detail I remember, he did it for $25. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten a piercing. You should not be able to pay for one with a Visa gift card. Like that is dangerous. It's like my mom was like, hey, yes, you can get your nose pierced, but I will make you regret it. I did take it out after 2 days though. I took it out because I was like, I'm in the 5th grade and this nose ring is too much responsibility. I cannot figure out how to pick my nose with this and logistically too complicated. I don't know. It's fun that we're talking about bodies tonight. I hate when people try to tell you what to do with yourself and your body. Like they give you, like everyone's always like trying to give you advice that you never wanted, right? Like everyone's always like, oh my God, you should eat a little healthier. Like you should drink more water. Like you should stop throwing out your underwear when you don't want to wash it. Like just all these rules, right? I don't understand. But like you know what's best for you, right? Like you don't need other people to like tell you what you need to do, right? Like I know myself. Like I know, for example, that I'm bad at emergencies, right? Like I know I'm bad at emergencies because I remember I left my apartment one day and there was this guy standing outside and he stopped me and he was like, hey, I'm having an asthma attack. Can you call an ambulance? And my first response was, no. It's not because I didn't want to help him, I just like didn't know what to do, right? Like I forgot about 911. I just like forgot the 911 existed. And then I tried to like figure out how to do that. So I Googled ambulance. You know what that gets you? You're right, pictures of ambulances. No help. I just can't do it, which is why like I trust myself when I make choices, you know? Like which is why I think I made the right decision one morning on a Tuesday when my roommate was in the bathroom for 30 minutes at 8 a.m. I made the clear, correct, and conscious decision to poop in a bag. And a lot of people, honestly, were like really judgmental about it, okay? It was upsetting, it was traumatic to tell people, one, because everyone was like, why are you DMing me this over Facebook Messenger? And two, like, everyone was like, okay, well, why don't you just like knock on your roommate's door? Like, why don't you just like knock on her door and just like ask her to come out of the bathroom? Which is insane, right? Like, I know myself well enough to know that like I would rather poop in a bag than talk to my roommate. Like, that's absolutely, right? Like, we have separate lives. Like, I can't be vulnerable in front of her. Like, I will not make myself seem lesser to someone who is hotter than me. Like, I pooped in a bag because I respect myself, is what I'm saying. And that is, you know what? And that is it for me. Thank you guys so much.
Keep going for Rima Parikh, who is bold and beautiful and feels great in her body, and we are assholes. Does not have body image issues
at all. Oh my God, piercings. I remember when I got my piercing, I was 2 years old. My mom tricked me. This was in Hyderabad, India. She was like, yeah, we're gonna go get ice cream. No, it was the exact fucking opposite of getting ice cream.
Do you remember?
Yeah, some dude stabbed my whole ear.
You have 2-year-old memories?
I remember distinctly being stabbed in the ear. And just a lot of blood coming out. But now I can wear earrings, so, you know,
it was worth it, all the blood. I had my nose pierced forever I did it on my own as a teenager, and
What?
I mean, some lady did it. I didn't like do it myself. It was a lady. I gave her money. She was professional. I pierced the wrong side.
Like, what's the right
I'm
side?
North Indian, so I guess we're supposed to do it on the left side, because that's the Parvati, like, feminine side, and the Shiva side is the right side, which y'all don't know that, but you go to India.
Know that. What?
And, well, North India. Make South Indian, it's different.
South side?
That doesn't mean better or worse. It just means different. I got other South Indians looking at me. Y'all need to talk.
We'll regroup
Get it
after,
together.
yeah.
We like each other. North Indians, South Indians, we like each other. We said it. You heard it here first on RaRaRa.
The official slogan. Yeah.
And it was incredible. Like, I'd be in India and be like, why you do wrong side? Excuse me? Why you nose piercing wrong side? I'm like, damn, this is everybody. Okay. And then I had to like get on some bullshit about how it was my feminist statement that the masculine side needed feminine awakening. I was a very woke 16-year-old. And just all kinds of dancing my way out of awkward situations. And then I had to take out my nose ring because I was working at Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. at Navy
They
Pier.
have standards? What?
Bro, I'm telling you, apparently corporate, they do not allow culture and Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory. So I had to take it out and the piercing closed, and there were a lot of feelings felt
I'm sorry.
in that era, but now I'm over it. And
You can get a piercing now on the right side, on the correct side of your nose.
It's the left side,
Yeah,
right,
left side.
wrong, left, right. Got it? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Does
totally.
that make sense?
That makes sense.
Easy. Right means wrong, left means right. Our next comedian is a very good friend of mine. And it's so cool because Rima mentioned we are in like a desi environment, which means like brown, and that means like Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Sri Lanka, of the region.
Tan people, yeah.
You know, and it was really cool for me when I met your next comedian because he's doing it too. And I was FaceTiming with him, and my mom, Veena Agarwal, I'll add it again. She's in the room.
Can we just marry your mom?
I know. We should. She wants me to marry somebody. I'm like, I'll marry you, Ma. Be a great wedding. Happy Pride. She's like, that's not funny. But I was FaceTiming with our next comedian, and I was like, Ma, look, this is Danish. He's brown like me, and he also does comedy, and he lives with his parents. And my mom's like, oh God, more poor people.
Your mom should be a comedian.
More losers! So this dude,
We really want to build him up before he gets on stage.
he's poor.
Living with his parents.
And he's really, he's a hot man, dude. It's been a recent development. It's been really awkward for him. So, try to focus on the comedy. Do not objectify him that deeply. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Are you so ready for your next comedian? Your RaRaRa number 2 is the one and only Danish McFool.
Keep it going for so Yeah, I have positive body image issues. In a positive direction, bro. I was an ugly duckling, bro. And now
Okay, so
I got engaged
out of
all
respect
of a
for our
sudden.
comedians, I am not going to share Danish on the live stream because he is an artist and a diva. So instead, I'm going to bring us to the bar of the Hideout, and you're going to meet. Oh my God, is that Shane? And who's this other?
Susan.
Are you a real barista, Susan?
I'm a barista here at Hideout. I've been working here for 22 years.
Can you tell me what goes into a Mai Tai?
Mai Tai, you got your rice, you got your pineapple and your orange juice, a splash of Hogarden, and 2 squeezes of lime and celery salt.
Yeah. There was no eyebrow raising from Shane whatsoever, so I'm pretty sure that was right.
Yeah, you have to.
It's a custom method, I think.
Yeah.
This is not.
Everyone does it a little different.
What's your favorite cocktail here at the Hideout, Shane?
Oh, it's got to be the wooden leg.
I was born
Handy
here.
dandy sign here.
Like one of three things.
Does it come poured out of a leg?
Yep.
Yep.
Lawyer.
Okay, well, I mean,
It's other leg. I don't have anything. Yeah.
you heard it. You heard it here first, therefore it's true. If it's on the internet, it's true. So I guess I'll just take you guys on a tour of the building. Thank you guys so much for being here. Because Danish says that I'm not allowed to put him on the live stream. What up, y'all? This is the outdoor patio. Everybody wave. This is a non-consensual live video. I am so sorry. I can't delete you from Thank you. Okay, they can wave now properly. How dope is the Hideout? Woo!
Very dope.
So this is summer. Yesterday was winter in Chicago.
And his job was to monitor the suicide.
Yesterday was winter. Yesterday I had like winter boots on and like a fluffy jacket. And today is back to summer. And we're gonna be back here at this venue every third Tuesday. That is correct. Forever. And now this is our attempt at getting you guys this content and actually putting it out live. It's hard. Our recording from last month is lost. What am I gonna do now? I guess I'm just gonna wander around out here until Danish is done on stage. If you want to see Danish, you gotta look him up. Oh my god, I'm now one of these insane people. I look like I'm like a YouTube influencer or something. I don't talk to humans, I only talk to screens. Sorry. I'm not available. I'm not available to talk to. Oh, I can take you guys into the green room. How about that? Do. Hi! I don't know whether or not people are here for the show, but you just have to say thank you to everybody. This is the guy. This is Sullivan. This is... it's like an owner's meeting. Where does this door go? Let's find out. Going on a little behind the scenes. Oh, okay, that's locked. I can't do that door. We were on. We did our segment. So once this live stream finishes, you can save it in your tabs and then you can rewind to the beginning and see our segment in which we're talking about body stuff and the way we talk about our bodies and the way we build our bodies up, the way we tear them down, the way our families can come in and have like the most incredible intention, to uplift and say something really sweet, and you don't know how triggering that can be. I once told a girl that I was living with, damn, your legs are looking really cute in that outfit. And she was like, I have huge body image issues. I hate my legs. I don't know why you had to say something about my legs. And I was like, oh my God, my bad. So we gotta find ways to show up for the uncomfortable. Okay, I'm being summoned. So I'm gonna sneak back in. I'm so sorry for that random mashup. Let me grab Meg. Meg, come here. Okay. How much longer does Danish have? I guess we'll put up some links so that you guys can see his work.
That actually
He's only 5 minutes in, so he has about 7 minutes left.
Okay, do we want to come hang and...
That's why I think it was just such a long time. Did you know average Asian American?
Let's talk about it into the live stream because...
I want to talk a little bit more about boobs.
Because out of respect for Danish and his diva ass. No, that's actually really bogus. That's actually really bogus that I'm complaining about Danish. If you want to do our show and you don't want to be put out into the interwebs, then please let us know. That's totally fine.
want to talk about my boobs.
You want to talk about your boobs?
Well, because mine are big, and
Yeah.
it's like and I'm a short person, so I'm just like half boob. So I want to say that, and I also want to talk about like how I've always like tried to hide it, and just recently am I getting comfortable with cleavage. I want to talk about cleavage. I want to talk about catcalling. There's so much.
Oh my God, I'm 35. I don't know if I will ever be comfortable with cleavage.
Oh, I don't think I will.
I mean, but you are though, because they're all over your Instagram stories.
Yeah, you calling me?
No, but I do think it's funny because
But
like,
it's like it's always unintentional, and sometimes I'll even do the thing where I like cover it up with text because I don't want it to be seen. I don't want.
Yeah,
It's not even like it's just cleavage is something that I just have when you have big boobs. It's not something that you like even try to
in
have.
front of all these people.
It's just there.
You know, now I feel
it looks like Danish is doing a good job. Yeah, I talked about my boobs earlier, and you know they're a big part of our bodies as women. And okay, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna ask you like, hey Meg, I talked about my boobs. What about you and your boobies? How's that going?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have our white man mansplaining women's history. We have a white guy that goes on stage for about 2 minutes.
This is
We'll do that first, and then we'll do.
I like that answer, yo. Yo, I like that answer.
How much time is that show?
5,
That's
about 5
mad
minutes.
respect.
I told him I give him the light at 10.
My beef is, man.
Okay,
whenever
cool.
I ask
So we can just stay here, jam. I would like to go in.
I mean, can we just pause it?
I don't think. Does anyone know if you can pause a live stream? I don't think that you can pause it. You can just finish it, and then we would have to start another video. But if we want to keep the whole thing together,
Like, if you asked me and I was a white dude who was my favorite rapper, I'd be like, oh, me as a white dude?
we can do some filters.
Well, you know. I like Run DMC. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stop it. What's happening? Alright, I don't. How do you undo it? Oh, that's really nice. Let's leave that on. Hello, everyone. This is Rani Rage Radio. Music playing. Make it stop.
You ask a black person who their favorite president is.
What is that little flag down there?
He been out of office one summer, yo.
All right, so we got a live show, we got a live stream, we got live humans. Pretty soon I'm gonna be allowed to I'm gonna put this back up in 2 minutes. I think if we catch like the last minute, he can't be too mad.
Yeah.
You know, comedians are often not funny.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Have you experienced
I'm not
that?
funny, yeah.
Meg's only funny on stage. In real life, she's a
And
nightmare.
even barely, yeah.
And
I have to
in real
reverse
life,
that.
in real life, she mainly communicates through Excel spreadsheets.
Wow, no, Microsoft Word.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Is that an auntie thing? Did I just say? Remember when I said internet cafe? That's.
Yeah, we're still laughing about that one. All right, I'm gonna give him the light in a minute.
You give him light in a minute, and I'm going to take this filter thing off. How do I take the filter thing off?
Ooh, there we go.
Okay, we got the filter thing off, and we are about to. I did a little tour of the Hideout.
Remember, we're gonna do booty, and then we're gonna talk about boobs, and then maybe a little bit about colorism, and then
Makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
introduce Chrissy.
Yeah,
Chance in the back. Like,
sounds good. It's been pretty solid. I hope we get to keep doing this. We do need more people to come for the live show so that we can keep doing this. I know it's a weird time, 6:30 on a Tuesday, but you know what? All y'all that turned up, you are giving us life. So we're gonna do our best to keep this content train rolling. All right, guys, I'm figuring it out right in front. This is how the professionals do it. Oh, you can put it someplace still and then start it when you go on again.
that's a good knock on a city.
Wo to hai. But then I can't pause it. Then it's a different video. So if we want to just keep it one long video, then people can just skip through this. Okay. I think I'm allowed. I'm allowed to put the.
How was this? Do you guys have fun? That's how I end all my sets. We could do a sing along. You guys want to do a sing along? I do Desi sing along all the time. How's damn, which one I want to sing? Sona, how's that one from 1942 love song we started? What's that?
Oh, मेरे को क्या पता है कि
What's that note?
तू गा
I don't know the rest of the words, but yo, we were out there.
He said everybody.
Alright, let's give it up. Y'all, give it up right now for Danish.
American Idol audition.
That was incredible. Wow, Bumbu. You know, one thing that was so dope about being at the wedding, it's so amazing being from a place in the world where there's no such thing as you can dance or you can't dance. Everybody is sweating.
Everyone's drunk. And
Everyone is dancing.
Twerk.
You know why everybody's dancing? Because this counts.
This is an uncle dance.
There was an uncle like this, and he was like fully sweat his suspenders, and it was like fully sweat through his suspenders, and all these like aunties around him like, oh!
Okay, at least you're supportive.
Just getting that sting face, you know. Then they're, oh my god, it was very intense. I take personal offense when people are like, I actually don't dance. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself? If I can't trust you on a vertical plane, what's going on a horizontal plane? Right? I'm just talking about planes. We're talking about math, right?
Yeah. This is a Brown show. We have to mention math at some point.
This is a Brown show, but I also think that it's really important that representation really matters to us.
Yes. So important.
Inclusion matters to us.
Diversity, hashtag.
So
yes.
we don't want, we know that some groups are being deeply marginalized right now. So we want to share our platform with a white man.
So important that their voice is being
who
included.
will be allowed 2 minutes, a time, 2 minutes. Meg, you ready? To introduce a lost figure from women's history. That's history, but her, right?
Oh,
We good?
we got it.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to mansplain everything for you guys. Women's
Playing, yeah.
So it's really important to us that everybody knows that they feel included, and we want white dudes to be like, "Oh, this podcast is for me too," right? So that's why he's here.
More than to say me too in general, yeah.
Girl! Oh shit! So we got our timer ready. I hope you all got your little learning caps on. We're about to drop some knowledge about dope ass women. Can we get some claps going right now as we bring our beloved Billie Jean to the stage?
All right, stop applauding. I don't have any time. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about Ludmila Pavlichenko while I figure out this mic stand. There we go. Ludmila Pavlichenko, you may have never heard of her, but she's one of the coolest people in history ever. Has anyone heard of her, by the way?
Oh, no.
No. Oh, you're in for a treat. I'm very excited to share this. Ludmila Pavlichenko was a Soviet sniper. She was in the Soviet Union. She was awesome. And she, as a kid, wanted to be a shooter. She learned to shoot. All the other boys are doing it. She wanted to prove she was better. She was. She gets into the Soviet army. They're like, do you want to be a medic? You're a woman. Most women are medics. She's like, no, I want to be a sniper. That's what I've been training to do. So they let her be a sniper. And she turned out to be incredibly good at it. Within the span of a little under a year, she kills 257 Nazis. 257. They give her a medal for that. And her speech when getting this medal, they're like, hey, we're going to give you a citation for killing 257 Nazis. She stands up, she takes it, and she just says, I'll get more, and sits back down. That is awesome. then they realize she is this great resource. She's going to actually get more people into the war. So she goes to the United States on tour to try and convince us to get into World War II. She becomes really good friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. She goes on tour. She actually comes to Chicago, the congressional CIO. We'll just say the CIO. She goes to the CIO, to this labor organization, and she gives a speech trying to urge us to get into the war. She says, I'm a 25-year-old woman. I killed over 300 Nazis by this point. Gentlemen, don't you think they've been hiding behind my back long enough? Huge amount of applause. We get into the war very shortly thereafter. She is like an amazing soldier. I can't stress that enough. Her boyfriend gets shot. She drags him by hand off the battlefield to bring him to a medic. Like total badass. And she ends up surviving the war. She leaves. She gets a master's in history and says one of the coolest quotes I've ever heard of all time. They ask her, how many men have you killed? And she says, I have not killed a single man. But fascists, I killed 309.
This is my favorite form of white men talking.
The only form, yeah.
The only form of white men talking. Billy Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. That is literally, it's his party trick. He knows so much random
It's a
stuff.
walking Wikipedia page.
He's a walking women's Wikipedia. Oh my god, www. Those three W's, walking women's Wikipedia. Alright, y'all, come on. I just got too hot. I should be comedian. You have jokes. I got it. Wow, she killed, man, I'm not a big gun guy. I shot a couple of guns. I was like, oh, so loud.
My grandpa taught me how to shoot a gun when I was like 8. This is now a podcast about guns. How did this happen?
No, did I ever tell you? Oh, please, tell your gun story. Tell your gun
Oh
story.
no, that was the story. You taught me how to do it when I was like in 3rd grade. I shot it, and then I was like, this is too much. I never wanted to do it again.
Yeah, it's scary. And I did tell a very old white man who was like, so you'd be a great member of the NRA. And I was like,
look at him being inclusive.
Yeah, I was like, wow, thank you so much. I'd be like, more playing ukulele, less shooting stuff.
You can also use a ukulele.
As a weapon?
Yeah.
You can weaponize just about anything.
That's true.
You can get into it. And I told him that, I was like, I shot a gun, I did not like it, not organic, I panicked.
Not organic?
I panicked. Yeah, get it? Oh, man, we're killing it up here, guys. And I said, I was like, you know what? I'm actually shockingly good at throwing like ninja stars, hatchets, anything that has like a frisbee-like motion. I learned how to throw the frisbee on the quad because I went to college. And I was like, and so anything that's like that, and I can throw like that, I'm really good at that. I'm into that. Ninja stars, hatchets, give it to me.
She's a fire dancer too, you guys. This is real. Yeah, so she can fuck up all of us.
And this old white man leans in and he goes, well, that's good. That means you still have some savage in you. I just looked really intensely at the one white man. Who is my friend? We went to college together. He's cool. He is an ally. Give it up for dope white people. Oh, wait, what? No, stop. Do not do that. Oh my god. But that, I mean, we're not human. We almost are, though. One day, the Browns will get to be human too. We're trying. We need to be civilized. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the work that the white man is doing for us. It's very, very noble work. Damn, this has gotten dark.
Yeah, this podcast took a turn. What happened?
This has gotten dark. And I talked about my boobs. Megu, you want to talk about
my tatas or whatever people call them? I don't know what the kids are saying. Yes, I have big ones. I have big boobs, and I think like for the majority of my life, I was like trying to hide them because like I don't know, like you just accidentally have cleavage when you have big boobs. Like you don't like even try. Like she was just talking to me. She's like, "Oh, Meg, you're always posting your boobs on Instagram." No, I'm just posting photos of myself, and they happen to be in there. And they're kind of a package deal. I can't really get rid of them. I don't know, man. I'm just like. I think I just recently, like for the longest time when I was growing up, I used to like wear sports bras, partly because my mom made me, but also just because, they like make you like feel like a flat-chested man. And I was like, great, I can keep these things out of the way. And now I'm like getting comfortable with like being revealing and like showing them off And
I mean, it's so ridiculous also that we're from a place where it's like, oh my God, your shoulder is exposed, you're a slut.
So
But then you
next
can have
level.
like, you can have full midriff exposed, hanging
every
out.
auntie's midriff.
Every like back roll is fully exposed, and that's okay.
That's okay, but not this squish. This is where we draw the line.
That's just normal. Oh, can I also tell you guys that I was rocking a sari over the weekend, and I
Did you put that on by yourself?
No, I did not. I did not dress myself. My Vina Agrawal, God, she's getting a lot of shout outs.
Yeah. I'm gonna be Googling her.
She's getting a lot of shout outs on this podcast. She dressed me, and it was, wow, how do we put these saris on by ourselves without a mom or
Well, I
YouTube?
have a question about this. So, sorry, the way that you, and YouTube, yeah, that's the ultimate mom. You know when you wear like your sari, like, do you wear it like the conservative way where you like cover your whole chest, or do you wear it like the movie star way where it's like in the middle and you like see your boobs? Like, what do you do?
I mean, I think I'm definitely doing it the first one.
The first one?
I think there are a
Yeah.
lot of pinning like,
Yeah, so
cover
you're
them,
covering
cover yourself. Cover yourself, movie star way. I'm gonna start suggesting. I'd be like, I think I'm gonna rock my sari movie star style.
Then you don't need
Tonight, actually.
You just group it together and you just put it like that.
Group it? No, hell no, no. I don't. I just do as I'm told, and they're like, we like her now. You know, like if you want to get along with your family, just shut the fuck up and take it, and pretend like you're enjoying it. Let your mom dress you. Let your mom put the jewelry on you, and you know all of that is like love and not abuse. Depending on your perspective.
It's a little bit of both, but that's the Indian way, you know.
I bought, oh my God, and we're taking, oh man, it's like, it's very hard. I was shopping with somebody, a friend of mine, for the wedding, and she's a beautiful, thick woman, you know, and like now we have that word, thick. Praise Lizzo. Praise Lizzo. We just praise her for saying it right. And she's so beautiful. And she's like on the body types. I would say she's like right in like medium realm in terms of, you know, like how big. And we're shopping on Devon. And if you ever want to feel really bad about yourself,
Devon.
you go to Devon. You get a dosa and then you go try on some Indian clothes. Because these bitches are like, this is the most bigger size. This is the most bigger size. इससे बड़ा नहीं मिल जाएगा madam. This is the most big. Let me check if I have more bigger. This is the 5XL. This is the. I was like, somebody kill this bitch right now. Kill all of these bitches. And I'm looking at her like, you know what? I'll stop. We don't get it. We don't get it. It's like, how do we remedy this besides killing all aunties?
Reconvert them, maybe?
To what? Body parts? Get them to listen to Lizzo?
Yeah, get them to listen to Lizzo, follow Jamila on Instagram.
And then next time I go back to the vibe, I need these aunties like, I'm a thick bitch. I need tempo.
That's Nirvana.
That's liberation. That's moksha. We need aunties singing Lizzo. Seriously.
That's my goal in life now. I changed.
And I don't know if you know this about me. I was in a motorcycle accident in 2015, and I was unable to walk for over a year. I mean, if somebody told me that today, like you will not be able to walk tomorrow. I know. This is actually like the first time I've worn heels since 2015. These shoes right here. Yeah, I know. I'm towering over you.
Yeah.
Like a cherry alpha. I feel very
I'm
towering.
11, so that's kind of embarrassing.
And my body kind of changed. Like I was a little bit, you know, like more on the Lizzo scale, you know. And then I went in shock at one point because there were so many phases of this broken leg being botched story that there was one point where I just like did not eat anything for like 2 weeks, and it was a very it was a great period of darkness. It is only from the darkness we can perceive the light.
Batman.
And it was very like, I just wanted to I wanted to die in like a reincarnation kind of way, where I'm like, I'm good, I'm done with this body, this life, good run, high fives, everybody, I'll see you next round. You know what I mean? I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but it wasn't like my death urge, more just like I'm ready for a new body. And during that time, my body actually like slimmed and now I look like this. And I had so many aunties like, you remember before you were like, you look like fat, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, yes, thank you so much.
You're like, you took a motorcycle accident, but yeah.
Near-death experience, I went into shock, I got really depressed
You're like,
and
ooh,
stuff.
maybe I'll do that, yeah. Sure.
They're like, good idea! Hater-ass aunties, man. That is why we're so hilarious, because we have been...
We had trauma, yeah.
We have really just... The fact that we're up here laughing out loud is like the revolution.
At our bodies.
At our bodies.
I will say, like, you know, collab if you know, have insecurities about your body. Yeah, everyone in this room, you know, it's something that, do you feel this way too? Like some days you're like, yeah, I'm amazing, I'm the fucking shit. And the next day, like, it'll be like one photo that your annoying friend tags you in on Instagram, or like some random thing, and like all of a sudden, like, your confidence will drop. And it's just like, especially summer, it's like this up and down thing, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to like myself.
I mean, we're all just out here trying to figure it out. What about who feels good in their body? Make some noise if you feel good in your body. Natalie, you better make some noise right now.
Yeah, it's both.
It's both. It's both. That's another binary, you know, like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel fucked up, and it's okay to surrender into the darkness, because I do mean that, you know, like, the more we go into, the more you express all that sadness, the more that you can express bliss and happiness, you know, and like, this is the only body you got. You better bless it up a lot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta celebrate this body, and to be perfectly honest, I do have like numbness in the bottom of my right foot.
Beauty is pain, yes.
All the time. There was like the day that when we got home from the wedding, I was like, somebody needs to cut this sari off of my body, because it's like the petticoat thing. There's like a string that you like tuck all those plates into.
Yeah, it's like a heavy thing to wear.
And by the end, it was like, oh my God, I have like scarification around my body. This is like, oh God.
Alright guys, well, let's continue this bliss journey with our last performer tonight.
Oh no.
What can we say about this woman?
We have so much to say about this woman.
Oh my
This
God.
woman,
She's too talented for us. She's amazing.
she's too talented. She has a beautiful voice. She is a fucking hot goddess of woman. And I was arguing with her mother about that. I'm like, why doesn't she
not get along with
beautiful
moms?
she is? I get along really good with other people's moms. And dads. I get along great with dads, which sounds really
Because
inappropriate.
you're a dad. All your jokes are dad jokes.
I am a dad. We're all part dad.
Yeah.
All Indians
Happy
are
Father's
part
Day,
dad.
everybody. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, which could be a celebration for some of us, and a really, really annoying day for others.
Yeah.
Right? So they, you know, they're doing the best they can. Let's give it up for all the dads. All the dads.
All right, but anyway, this next performer.
There's next performer. You bring her up.
Oh, okay, cool. Right. This next performer, you can see her all over Chicago. She has one of the most incredible voices ever. Please start putting your hands together. Please start clapping. Please start clapping. I need all that energy for Chrissy Hardigan. 2019 technology is amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. So, that's true. That's a real thing that happened. They got really mad at me because I was like, oh, stop. And they were like, no, you do this. You love yourself. So I'm very excited to be invited to the Body Positivity show today. I bought a workbook. I'm on page 10. It's $20. I'll get you the Amazon link. It's really great. But it's so hard to be into body positivity, right? Especially okay. So for me, I grew up around. Okay.
earmuffs for you. I grew up around Caucasians, right? So I was just like the olive in like a land of toothpicks, because I'm Samoan, which I'll explain, because you don't know what that is. I'm Samoan, so it's an island in the middle of like bumfuck, where they just banned everybody because their asses fell into their calves. That's where Samoa is, right? So, whatever, I'm gonna sing. Body positivity, it's so hard. They said I do musical comedy, and my degree is actually in jazz studies, because I hate my dad. I don't know why someone let me do that, but that's what I did for money. And then I graduated, and I'll give you a spoiler alert. There's no money in jazz studies, because all our grandparents are dead. So now I gotta do a different thing. I gotta do a different genre, right? I gotta start making that money. So this is a horror song. It's a horror song, right? I've heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I've heard that your dreams came true again. She gave you things I can give you. Old friend, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, couldn't find it. Hope to see your face and maybe reminded that for me it isn't over. Spooky, right? Adele, right? Never mind, I'm someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you to. Don't forget me, I beg, don't remember you said. Sometimes it lasts in love and sometimes it hurts. You know how time lies only. Yesterday was a time of our lives. We were born and raised. And each time our heads bound by these cries of our glory days. I hate to turn it up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I hope to see your face and maybe remind you that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I someone just like you. Yeah, okay, great. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me. I beg, don't remember you said. Sometimes it laughs and laughs, and sometimes it hurts. It hurts so bad. Hello? It's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet. What? I haven't changed a fucking lyric. Not one. Not one of those motherfucking lyrics that haven't changed. You guys remember your song? Can you sing it? Sing it. Sing it loud! Sing it! You're fucking lying! Were you not emotionally woke in the winters of 2011? Can you sing the fuck along, please? Sometimes you fucking liars! Where were you? You know this! You know it! You may not know it, but she has your money and your money and your money and your money and my money. She has all of my money. She makes so much more money than me. If a man sang this to you, you'd be fucking traumatized. And sometimes it hurts, and sometimes it hurts, and sometimes it hurts, and sometimes it hurts so bad. There are times in which it hurts. And it hurts so bad, and women can be sexual predators too. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
She's left the stage. I'm pretty sure that's the end. Hey guys, give it up for Crazy Audience. You can follow her, Crazy Ross. Okay, get on that loop pedal, Meg. Do it. I'll make a beat. Oh my God, you know what time it is?
Oh, were you saying that ironically?
Well, I just meant like it's the end of the show, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to tell me the literal time.
7:48 p.m., yeah.
They should
Still
the
sunlight
actual time.
outside, yeah.
What a journey it has been, this edition of Rani Rage Radio, right?
Thank you guys for coming.
Are we feeling the bliss vibration? Are we feeling the rage? Are we feeling the squish celebration? I celebrate the squish, say it! I celebrate the squish, mean it! I celebrate the squish! I love my body, I guess. I love my body, I guess. Wow, you guys are really bad at affirmations. That's fine.
We should teach a yoga class, man. You're so good at it.
I should teach a yoga class. I went to my parents have been going to yoga classes, and they think it's hilarious. My mom's like, I like the end. I say namaste, and I really like it. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, we hope you guys are all feeling some self-love. Our next show is July 18th, the third Tuesday. Same time, same place.
Same place. Can we please give it up for Danish Makbul?
Yeah.
Billy King.
Yes.
Chrissy Hart again. Our amazing sound guy, Dorian.
Yeah.
The Hideout. Make some noise for the Hideout. And we're going to drink some chai. We're going to hang. We're going to talk about all the stuff that we've been talking about blessing up our bodies a lot. And we hope to see you guys next month.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Rani Rage Radio.